Welcome to ALTC 802, Planning for Instruction. I'm Dr. Terry McEwen, and I'm your facilitator for this particular course. Planning for instruction is an important aspect to how we deal with preparing our students. Hopefully you had a gentle start to the semester with the week one activity of just reacquainting yourselves with each other and with a review of the past semester. This week we actually plunge into the meat of this particular course with actual lesson planning, looking at various aspects of lesson design, instructional approach, assessment, etc. Planning for instruction is one of the most critical things we can do in terms of affecting the outcomes for our students. The essential questions that we would pose as we plan our lessons: what do we want our students to know? If we don't start with that initially in mind, it is very difficult for us to conceptualize where we're going, what is the purpose of this lesson, what do we want the students to know when they're done with it. Next, we want to know how will we know that they actually know it. So we have taught, we have done our work, but what about the next aspect, and that is, do they actually know it? I had a principal once that used to use the phrase, is what is taught, what is caught. And I think that simplification is kind of a nice way to think about that. Next, we want to know how would we respond when students do not know what we hoped that they would learn? What if they cannot learn it? What if they completely disengage from the lesson that is being delivered? What is our response to that, and what do we do in terms of planning for those events? And finally, how do we respond when some students already know the content we planned to deliver? How do we engage them? What is our plan for that? So as we go through this course this spring, we'll be answering some of those essential questions. We'll be looking at various approaches to lesson planning, backwards design, other ways that we can actually attack the hard work and the important work of lesson planning. We'll also be looking at various approaches to instruction. Varying our instruction is an important aspect to keeping our students engaged, and we will explore those approaches. We'll also be looking at understanding our question design. What kinds of questions are we asking our students, and how are we asking them? So we will do a whole module on understanding that. Also, understanding the role of assessment and how to benefit from the data that assessment provides. There are various forms of assessment, and they all basically revolve around what is it that we really wanted to know from the students taking some kind of a test or showing that they understand what was being taught. We will also examine the role of technology in the classroom. Technology can be our friend or not, and I think it's all about how we approach the use of technology. How do we integrate it into our lesson planning and our design? We will also explore the benefits of personalized learning. We're going to be looking a little deeper. We touched on it last fall, but we'll be looking a lot deeper into the design of personalized learning for our students and see what benefits that can actually provide them. And then finally, we'll be looking at the importance of classroom environments. What is the optimal design of a classroom? What is the optimal use of your space, and what is it that we can do and learn from our classroom environments that affect positive outcomes for our students? Let's take a deeper look at the week 2 module 1 because there's a couple of things I really want you to be aware of as we go through this particular course. Each week you will get a set of learning goals as we did last fall, but I want you to really focus on what those learning goals are and understand that that's what we're kind of going for. You'll also see, as we did last fall, the essential questions, and I think that that will help you understand where we're going each week. Also, understanding the assignment, and I put this here for a couple of reasons. One, in this particular course, in order for you to get to the assignment submission page, you just simply click on the word assignment on the module page. So you would click on the red letters assignment, and it will take you to another page where you will see the point value. You will see again the script of the assignment, and then you will have at the bottom the option to either write within the Blackboard piece itself, or you can attach a Word document to the file and submit it. The submit button then will be at the bottom of that page. That's the nuts and bolts. The other thing I wanted to point out, especially for this first module, is that there are two options for you to use when you create your assignment. So you can decide option 1 or option 2. I want you to review those two and look at it and decide which approach you want to use. The most important question you're going to ask yourself as you make that decision is, which of those two options is the most beneficial to you as a teacher? And that's the one you should pick. They're both approximately equal in terms of complexity and time on task, etc. But I think it's really, really important for you to make that selection based upon what will be the most useful to you. The secondary reason that I wanted to provide some assignment choice here is because I wanted to model what best practice is in terms of you designing outcomes for your students and providing levels of choice for them. Giving students a voice and a choice in what they do to demonstrate their understandings is always a benefit, and I think it engages kids and it also enhances learning. So hopefully you understand the concept here, and I will introduce each module with a similar overview each week that we start a new module. The second week of this module is going to be due on February 2nd, which is next Sunday. And if you have questions or if you have anything that's confusing you or you run into any snags, please just email me and let me know what the issue is, and we will get you an answer as quickly as possible. Thanks, and hope you have a great week. And if you have any questions, again, please do not hesitate to ask. Thanks.